2017 Volvo XC60 T6 all-wheel drive R-Design. In my opinion, one of the nicest looking SUVs on the market at the moment, especially in the stunning red color with this big alloy rims in 21-inch. What do we have here? We have the XC60 with the turbocharged 2-liter 4-cylinder engine producing 320 horsepower at 5,700 RPM, a maximum torque of 400 Newton meters between 2,200 and 5,400 RPM, 0 to 100 time in 5.9 seconds, and a top speed of 230 kilometers an hour. The XC60 starts in Switzerland at 56,750 Swiss francs, and the car that we have here, with all the gimmicks on board that I will present you during the video, is roughly 93,000 and a little bit. So we have tons of assist system on board, we have air suspension on board, a lot of space, a lot of luxury, and let me show you as usual the first row, the second row, the boot space, and then we hit the road. Enjoy! Okay, so the XC60 from inside, and I can only say luxury wherever you're looking at. We have leather everywhere, very nice steering wheel, leather on the sides, all is soft touch. Dashboard as well, you can see it, everything is soft touch with this super nice aluminum parts, which you can obviously open and close as well here. And as usual, I'll show you the car from left to right. So let me just turn it on so I can see the display and everything, and I'll be able to tell you what I think. So on the left side, opening the doors, we have the electric memory function for the seats, open and lock, or unlock and lock. Then the Bowers and Wilkins sound system, which is here in the Volvo. On the left side, we have the electric windows, which are on all 4 seats, automatic, up and down. Electric mirrors with obviously the function that you can close them as well, and when you lock the car they'll basically go inside. Then we have really big door bins which fit even big bottles, 1.5 liters. On the left side, just to dim the light or make it brighter, the remote release of the boot, which is electric. Steering wheel, nice and thick. One point that is a bit difficult to keep it clean is all this piano paint, black parts, for example on the steering wheel, here in the center console around, as well as here. It's actually a dust magnet and fingerprint magnet, as well as the screen. But there's nothing you can do other than polish it. Well, on the left side we have the buttons to go through the menu, as well as the speedo and cruise control, plus the adaptive radar in 4 settings. We have the shift pedals on the right up, on the left down. We have an 8-speed automatic gearbox, which you can either use the shift pedals for, or you put the gear knob to the left and then you can shift through the knob. On the right side we have voice recognition, as well as going through a trip computer in different settings, plus volume and radio stations. You can obviously adjust the steering wheel in reach and rake, so no issue whatsoever to find a good sitting position. We have a head-up display in this one as well, which gives you information like the actual speed that you're allowed to drive with sign recognition. That's all in here in the IntelliSafe system. Obviously the speed you're driving, the cruise control that you set, as well as navigation in case you have a destination recorded. Then on the left side we have the buttons for the light with the auto light function, and the LED lights are super nice, and they're intelligent, so it's not a joke, they're really intelligent. I was driving in the night and I'm driving on the highway. You see it puts up the high beam the moment it recognizes lights either from a car in front of you or a car coming from the other side. It will dim the light, but it doesn't dim the light full, but it dims it exactly that spot, so it keeps the right and left up, and it follows basically how the car is driving and basically turns on and off the individual LEDs. It's amazing, it works super, and it's very bright and very safe to have these. Big recommendation, if you get this car, do get the LED lights. Then obviously wiper on the right side, and the dashboard is all digital, works super nice. You can individualize it and basically say what you want to have in here. In addition to the navigation on the center console, you have as well navigation in the middle between the speedo and the RPM gauge, and on the bottom you have individualized trip computer and so on and so on. Then Center console is pretty cleaned up. You have basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 buttons, yeah, and a volume rocker, and gives you basically only the information that you need, not too much nonsense. So you have the navigation, Bluetooth for the phone or the radio, average fuel consumption, and you can set it in 10 kilometer, 100 kilometer, 1 kilometer steps. Then you can have the position where you are in 2D or 3D in addition to that, as well as all the information on which lane to take when you take an exit on the head-up display. Then another center speaker on top. Again, on the bottom, pretty much nothing you need, only the shortcut buttons, and this touchscreen works really well, so you press it, it's very responsive. I really like this one. Then this one is a menu button to go back into the settings and basically choose. Then gear knob, 8-speed. On top or on the front, a little compartment where you can put, for example, the key. And once you open this one, you have 2 cup holders, another compartment, all rubberized, 12-volt power socket. And then we can close as well. Super nice look. I like it very much. Something that I had to get used to and still do the same thing after 3 days is the start-stop button is actually not here, and you don't press it, you twist it to the right to turn on or off, which is nice. And then we have, as I mentioned, we have a air suspension here. You press this into drive mode, and you can obviously change as well the settings, not only of the gearbox, of the engine characteristic, but as well the suspension. So if you go into drive mode, you can choose between Eco, Comfort, Off-Road and Dynamic. So when I'm going to press Off-Road now, you'll see the camera stays and the car lifts itself. It is really, really high, so you're going to see the difference now between how the camera was before and after. And still lifting. Look at this. So I'm going to show you that from outside as well, so you'll see it. Plus we have the electronic parking brake and the auto hold function, which I really love. At the traffic light, it stops and then it goes again, so you don't have to keep your foot on the brake. A little compartment with a disk drive, as well as 2 USBs, and what I like as well, they actually thought about that the cables can come out here and you're not gonna squeeze your cables in between here. Glove box is okay, not too bad. What I like is that the book is on top, instruction manual, and you have space on the bottom. Then what I really like is this super sleek review mirror. You nearly have no bezel whatsoever. It looks very, very nice, though I felt it's kind of really in the face and very close to my face, but it's just the first day and then it was fine. So what I really like as well, we have the black ceiling here. Obviously you open it, we have light, we have mirrors on both sides. Here we have the individual lights, and we have in Volvo as well the SOS and on-call, basically concierge service that you can have with the car. We have here the panoramic roof, which is very nice, especially for the rear passengers to look out. It gets a lot of light inside. However, if you don't like it, it's too hot, you just close it and you're gonna have a shade on it. So that's pretty much it. Let's check the second row and see how much space we have there. Okay, so the XC60 from the second row, and you can see I have plenty of space. The seat in front is adjusted to me. I'm 184 tall, and you can see I have plenty of headroom here. I had plenty of headroom in the front, and the same luxurious feeling continues on the second row as well. So we have this super nice kind of lounge chairs already, which give you side support as well, which is very comfortable. Then from left to right, as usual, close button for the door. Again, speaker here, the massive door opener, window, which is tinted as well, second from the B-pillar. However, I don't like that. It doesn't shut close. You have a piece sticking out. However, we have auto function, which is nice again. Then hook here, hook there, reading light, something to hold on to again. We have in the back seats a net where you can put magazines and small items. We have air ventilation here, which is nice. Plus we have the one in the center console, which has a digital display. We have heated seats on the outer seats here, as well as you can have obviously how much air comes in here. High, low temperature, so you have a really nice 3-zone AC. Another cool feature is we have a proper 230 volt power outlet, which you can use to charge your computer or anything else. In addition, we have a 12 volt power sockets, however, no USB ports. They would have had space here to add to, would have been nice, but okay. Then the seats, as I mentioned, very comfortable. We have an armrest which you can fold down with a little compartment here to put some small items. This is kind of a rubberized feel, so maybe a phone or something, so it doesn't fly around. And when you push here, you have basically the cup holders, which is nice as well. Then you can open from the boot space this panel here, and then you have basically enough space to put your skis through. So you think this car is supposed to be very safe because it's a Volvo, right? Why do they only have 2 headrests in the back? Design feature. Very, very nice. Sleek, so you can put it down and it actually looks like you don't have one, but it is there and it's actually pretty high as well, which is nice. We have all 3-point seat belts, Isofix on the outer seats, and well, what to say, the panoramic roof, it gets a lot of light in. However, it's not too warm. Obviously the AC is running because it's tinted, as I mentioned. And last but not least, we have a transmission tunnel which is quite massive. It's actually this high, so you have to put the feet left and right of it, otherwise you would make the carpet dirty as well. Nice, very little touch is we have the Swedish flag in the seat on the right side here. Very nice touch, I really like it. Okay, let's check the boot. Okay, so the XC60 from the back, and it looks really nice. I honestly have to say the whole car looks super, super nice, especially in this red color. So, shark fin on top, a little spoiler with a third brake light. We have the tinted windows, as you can see, and the Volvo typical lights that go down all from the roofline to the bottom, and then here it extends into the boots. XC60 on the back, on the left, Volvo in the middle, T6 R design, all-wheel drive on the right. We have the chrome exhaust pipes, however these are not the exhaust pipes, they're actually inside here. There's just a cover, however it looks massive, it looks big, looks like it belongs on the street. Parking sensors, and then you have 3 ways to open the boot, 4 ways to open the boot. Front, obviously the handle here, the key, or you swipe on the bottom. I prefer the key, so I just keep it hold. And then the electric tailgate will open. You can stop at any moment you want, then you can close it here or lock the car as well if you open the boot only. Then we have the lid here, which slides in. You do like this, it slides up. 2 hooks on the left and right, net here, a little rubber band on the right side, 12-volt power socket. You can fold down the headrest on the back seats on the left, as well as fold the seats obviously down. You can open the middle part to put something through. You have a little compartment below here with a spare wheel. A lot of cars don't come with spare wheels. Nice metal hooks here, which are super stable. We have here this brushed metal parts to protect it. However, this part is not protected, so you still have to be careful. What I really like as well is the feature that you can actually lower the car a little bit more if you want to lift something in, so it's not too high, which is a nice feature. Alright, so that's it. Let me close the cover, press here, and now we can hit the road and drive this beautiful car. Let's go. Alright, so today is the last day of me driving the XC60. I'm gonna return it later on. Unfortunately the weather changed. Obviously it's not very sunny today, it's actually cloudy and a little bit of rain. But that doesn't matter. So, I have driven the car now for the past 3 days, and I put on 334.3 kilometers so far. And now let me tell you what I think about the car. So, let's start with the outside. And I still believe this is one of the most gorgeous looking SUVs out there. I just like the proportions, I like how it looks. But again, I'm talking about the R design here, which is the one we have, and not about the standard or stock entry-level XC60. Because for the car to make an appearance like this one, first of all, you need the big rims, the 21-inch, which we have there. Everything smaller, I think 20 might look okay, but everything smaller than that will be way too small. Then, the color is obviously striking, it looks amazing. A lot of people, I believe 99% of the people who will order any car nowadays, will order something pretty, I have to say boring. Silver, white, black. These are the colors that are sold like by the bucket, yeah? And for someone to actually order this car in this color, heads up, and well done, really. It looks amazing, it stands out in traffic. Then, engine. We talked about it. It's a 2-liter turbocharged engine, and it produces 160 horsepower per liter because we have 320 horsepower here, and it's actually quite amazing. And we have 400 newton meters of torque. The engine is nice, it works well with the car. Obviously this is not a sports car, so you can put it in, if you go into drive mode, I mentioned you have these different settings here. You see now we're driving below 40, we have the off-road button available. Now let me go above 40, you see it turns off. So as I mentioned, off-road only works up to 40 kilometers an hour. And you can put it in, let me call it sport, yeah, dynamic. It will lower the car a little bit, the throttle response will get a bit more direct, and the suspension as well. But it's not a sports car, so don't take it wrong. Don't try to go fast with it. I mean, you can go 230 kilometers an hour. It goes 5.9 seconds to 100, which is all very good figures. But you don't want to do that in this car. This is a super comfortable cruiser for long distance with enough suspension and travel way to go off-road as well. And this is what it is. So for that, the engine is good. I found it a little bit thirsty when you go really faster, because now I managed to have 9.0 liters, which is still above what Volvo claims, because again, all manufacturers' NEFT's figures are useless. But 9 liters is actually not bad. However, keep in mind that I was driving pretty much 85-90% highway, and you won't have those figures in city traffic, so I doubt you'll be able to get it below 10 liters in city. Then, things that I don't like and don't like at the same time. So as I mentioned, now the weather is not very bright and you don't see the fingerprints so much in the dust. However, the better the weather outside, the more you see fingerprints on this piano black trim here, and the more you see the fingerprints on the screen. Especially when you turn it off and you go out of the car, you'll see them all over. Keep that in mind. The same thing here and the center console. Let me just put my phone away. Then another thing that I realized is when I was driving, I love the assist systems. So I love that you have adaptive cruise control, blind spot assistant, lane departure assistant with active steering, and this is really great. I mean, let me turn it on. I have to put cruise control on, obviously. Now you have the symbol there, the steering wheel, and when this one turns green, then the active steering is activated. I doubt we're gonna get it to work in lower speeds, because you need something higher on the highway usually. And you can use it mostly on the highway only because you need the lines. If you drive on a B road and you don't have lines, it will not be able to basically guide. But I think that I saw when I was driving on the highway now is that it pretty much keeps very close to the line of the inner side of the corner. So if you go left, it pretty much stays nearly on the line itself. If you go right, it's on the right line, which is okay, but somehow it doesn't drive exactly in the middle of the road. It always keeps more to the left or to the right. And I found it a little bit weird because there are sometimes, when you drive actually to Bern, there's a long left corner and the barrier is sticking out into the road. So it's very close that you get then on to this barrier, which was a little bit scary in the beginning. Now, what I do love is the LED lights. They are amazing. They do corner in the corners, so they turn left and right, and they turn on and off individually according to what car is coming. So if you have the high beam and the car is approaching, or a car comes out of, onto the highway, it will turn off, but not the entire high beam, but only that part where the car is driving. I'll show in a clip which I record. I hope you'll be able to see it, and it works perfect. It's really, really nice. And it's so much safer to have something like that. All the assist systems are great. The adaptive cruise control works well. You have 4 settings to use. I love the fact that we have this panoramic roof, which makes it really nice, especially for the rear passengers. Another thing that I love is that we have actually cooled seats. As you can see here, we have heated and cooled seats in 3 settings, plus a heated steering wheel. Now let's go this way. And this touchscreen works well. First, it's a little bit weird because it's kind of in a different position. Usually you hold it's like an iPad kind of size, right? iPad mini. And usually you hold it in, in landscape. Here it's actually in portrait mode. and you get used to it. So and it works really well. So you see the buttons, they work fine. It's pretty responsive. It's not bad. That's all good. And it's very minimalistic. So it basically shows you only what you're supposed to see. You have the 7 buttons I mentioned, including this one, that basically gets you back to where you started, so the main menu. And I love the head-up display. For example, now it turns me 200 meters. I see it in a head-up display, as well as speed and set speed, as well as the signs from the speed signs, which I see there and there. So this is all great, and I really like it. Actually, it's a bit warm now. Now, is there anything to criticize? Obviously, the car is massive, and when I was parking in the garage, I obviously have a car left of mine, or right of mine, depends on how you park the car, and it pretty much sticks out from the back. It's very wide, very massive, so keep in mind, if you're looking for this car and you have a tiny garage, just to measure it out and maybe try it out first if you can actually fit and open the door still, because it's really big. It is heavy as well. It's something around 2 tons, depends on how much extras you order, obviously the engine. However, because we have the biggest engine without the twin engine that Volvo offers, so we have no hybrid system in this one, it's a pure petrol powered engine, we have the ability to tow up to 2,400 kilograms trailer or anything in the back, if you, for example, do horse riding or whatever. So that's all good. The biggest thing, pretty much, and it's not a problem, it's not criticism, it's just you get a lot of car, right? But it has its price, and obviously this car, as we see it here, with 93,000 Swiss francs, it's quite a lot of money. But the quality you get, the materials, the feel, the look to it, this is what you pay for, basically. What I really loved as well are the seats. They're super comfortable. They are like lounge seats, and it's not just for the first row. Same counts for the second row, because usually the passengers in the second row, they are like second-class passengers in a lot of cars, which means okay, you can last there, but you don't know for how long. In this car, it's different. They're as comfortable in the back as in the front. And we have heated seats in the back as well, in 3 settings. So we have heated seats, all 4, and in the front we have heated and cool seats, which is really nice. Now, I love the dashboard. You can individualize it. Wow, it's getting really heavy. You see how fast the weather changes? And I just enjoy driving this car. So price is one thing, fuel consumption depends on how you drive it. I was driving it in comfort or eco mode. This is one thing that kind of bothers me a little bit as well. Every time you turn off the car, you turn it on, it goes back to default in the comfort mode. I don't understand why a lot of manufacturers do that, and this is the case here as well. I would like to keep the one that I actually chose. I understand that the off-road mode obviously turns off if you go above 40, which makes sense, right? Center of gravity and so on. But if I keep it in eco mode and I turn it off and I would like to continue in eco mode, why do I always have to choose it? I would like it to be basically saved for the next drive. You know? Boot space is sufficient. What I love is as well the design of the third headrest in the middle, in the second row, which is just great. Sound system is really nice, though it sounds a little bit like you're sitting in a big hall and comes mostly from the front. It is surround sound, obviously, but it still felt a little bit like just coming from the front. If you go to Volvo in your this car, just take a look at it. So, I guess that's pretty much it. I just want to thank Zimmermann Garage in Unterseen, who provide this car to me. You'll find the link in the description. They are the dealers for Toyota and Volvo, and stay tuned for more cars to be tested. And well, yeah, the more views, the more likes, the more thumbs up and comments, the higher the chances of me getting more cars for you to review. So thanks a lot for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this review. I can recommend this car. It's really nice. Actually, it opened my eyes towards the Volvo world, I have to say, because I was not really looking into Volvo before. In In the past, Volvo, when I was a young child, Volvos were estate wagons and most driven by like dentists, doctors, lawyers, and alike, you know. And today Volvo has a wide range of different car models, and there will be a new one coming very soon, the XC40, a smaller SUV, and I'm very much looking forward to test that one as well and then compare it. So thanks a lot. Subscribe, like and share, leave a comment or question below, and I'll see you next time. Bye!